Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jason Zimmerman. The Amber Alert in Manitowoc County for Elijah Vue is still active. The 3-year-old reported missing in Two Rivers on Tuesday has not been seen since. Two Rivers police say search efforts will continue throughout the night to capitalize on the resources at hand on both land and water. Brittany Schmidt tells us about the efforts earlier today. She joins us live from Manitowoc with more. Brittany.
Jason, as we near the end of day 5 here in the area, there is still no sign of Elijah, but his photo remains center stage here at the Mikado Theater, where civilian search parties will meet up once again tomorrow to search for the little boy. Meanwhile, officials focus some of their search efforts in Two Rivers, near the apartment where Elijah is said to have disappeared. All hands on deck Saturday in Manitowoc County with air, water, and ground searches, including police canines. Local, state, and federal officials spent Saturday night searching the woods here behind St. John's Evangelical Lutheran Church for any sign of 3-year-old Elijah Vue. It's in the neighborhood right behind the apartment on Mishicot Road where Elijah went missing. This week, the Manitowoc County District Attorney says Elijah's mom, Katrina Bauer, sent her son Elijah to this apartment where Jesse Vang lives for a week for disciplinary reasons.
She was aware of the tactics used and the lack of care provided. This was an intentional thing by her.
It was the focus of the investigation earlier this week when police collected evidence nearby. And again, a priority Saturday night in the woods nearby it. With the drone up above, officials lined up along 45th Street and went almost hand in hand into the ditch area searching for Elijah. Eyes clearly focused on the ground, scanning the area for anything that could help them find the little boy still missing. Several others entered the back half of the woods behind the church to start their search. Earlier in the day, we saw agents going door to door talking to neighbors as well. Civilian search groups spread out along the lake shore. Two Rivers police posted an update on Facebook to address a fake video circulating. They want to remind everyone to stay away from false information and look to them for the facts. They are asking people to be respectful of other people's properties and continue to check their own areas for Elijah. If you have any information, you can call this number that you see right now on your screen. It's on the poster. You can also reach out to Crime Stoppers. Anyone who has information that leads to the location of Elijah or an arrest of someone involved in his disappearance, you could be eligible for a cash reward. Live in Manitowoc, Brittany Schmidt, Action 2 News.